I'm not a political analyst by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just a simple person, that's going about life like all of us are. And seeing what's been going on recently in the Middle East with Iran and Israel dragging the United States into this major conflict, to me, it shows a few things. Number one, just how much Israel controls to an extent the behavior or the motives in the United States. I don't want to sound, anti-Semitic. Of course, that term's throughout a lot. But when you look at every major industry in the United States, whether it's the media, whether it's politics, science, education, there are Jewish people who lead at the top. Even though they're such a small minority worldwide and even in the United States, they are disproportionately represented in institutions, and you don't see any other group of people have that much money. Have that much influence over money, political decisions, presidents bowing down to them. In certain cases, people on the left and the right, both not willing to say anything against the stuff that Israel is doing. Even if they do, it's a small statement, and then they just continue on without any repercussions. We see these war crimes happening all the time, nothing done about it. But if other countries were to do what we see Israel doing, bombing schools, the situation that they did in Gaza, and even more recently, some of the brazen attacks on non-military institutions in Iran, the world essentially would be turning against Israel. But for some reason, they don't. And it makes me wonder how much control we allow a group of people to have over our country. When does it get to the point where we admit that something is going on within this system where America and its leaders are afraid to speak out against Israel, Zionists, anything that kind of goes against their goals. We shy away from, even if it's against what may be in our best interest. I don't see how we can continue to allow this to happen without somebody speaking up and trying to make a change for it. I think we need to start advocating more for our leaders to put our interests first, and not just to say that Israeli people are bad people, but it does seem like they have selfish motives sometimes, and it does seem like they don't really care how their decision making can impact those around them. And I believe that if we don't do something now, we are going to allow them to drag us longer and longer into this Iranian conflict. We will be hurt economically, geopolitically. Other groups probably won't, continue to even be our allies, maybe. And then Israel won't really be hurt at all from that. In fact, it may pave a way for them to have even more influence on the worldwide scale, while we are spending billions of dollars to kill their enemies. We still end up footing the bill and not getting anything out of it as far as the American people are concerned. And I don't think that's acceptable, and I think that we need to do something about it immediately.